everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays Monster Train. I'll be honest with you, within the last week we had 3 or 4 runs where I feel like we were playing B- to A level baseball. And we've been in probably the C- tier since then. So we're gonna try to get ourselves back with the Stygian melting run. We have a sap unit, which is really bad, or a sap boss I should say, which is really bad for our drafts. Not dregs. Not drams, but our drafts that are the multi-strike, but we don't even have those, so let's not sweat it. But I think Glacial Seal is lovely, and actually makes me more likely to probably double down, although Spell Weakness on Ice Tornado could be good. But let's see what champion we even have here to begin with. When a friendly unit dies, enhance it with +10. That's, it's pretty good. But we need to find a way to bring these units back, and we don't have the normal melting champion. So we'll probably go units get an extra upgrade slot. So we have spell weakness with sweep, and we also have damage spells are cheaper. I'm gonna try, and this is maybe a little spicy, but I'm gonna try damage spells are cheaper. Let me give you my reasoning. Let's give this a shot. With the Glacial Seal, damage spells being cheaper makes all of our actual literal damage spells free. 20 damage to a random enemy unit 3 times. Which is cool. However, no, I think that there is no however. Basically, I got lost in the sauce there temporarily. We're going to cast our spells, which will be cheaper as a result, and we'll also apply Frostbite. But I think we are going to make a stand on the top floor. I think I've learned that this is probably the way to handle this. You're going to do 12 damage next turn, so I'm not going to summon you. I got to get smarter about placement. Placement has been a real issue here. So if I summon you, you'll still die. This doesn't really change things that much. We really want to frostbite the crap out of these guys when they get up here. This is literally exactly what I was hoping for. Was just to get into a position where we were capable of killing these guys. Now, we could summon 3 dregs here. 2 of them would die, which is why I'm not going to do it, because then we got to deal with 5 enemies on the next floor, which is still, you know, his own problem. But then on this floor, this is where we get to some meat and potatoes, because Frostbite does hit through armor. And an Entombed Explosive, I honestly think we crush it with 2 Entombed Explosives and maybe a Train Steward at the bottom, and we hope to draw... We're not going to draw a Dreg next turn, so I'll just put you down. Even though you're going to burn out after 1 attack, that's still 9 damage. Nothing to sneeze at. So we're looking for a couple of things here. One is, literally a single spell does not wipe this floor. You'd have to be a fool to think a single spell would wipe this floor. You'd have to be some kind of idiot. So, some units are going to get through. I'm not really worried about that. They're going to do 1 damage to our pyre, and then be subsequently destroyed. On this floor. Definitely like a dreg. And then you can't say no to 60 damage. We're probably going to summon a drag next turn, so let's ignore this for now. And we should have you. It might look a little spicy, but we didn't get a drag, but we actually do not have you for the record. However, you are going to get destroyed by the pyre in 2 hits. I don't know how we could have played that better, honestly. There might have been a couple of lines, but I think that's pretty good. I really like having targeted damage. The Frostbite is a bonus, but I really like having that targeted damage. I think a Draft is insanely good if we can put Endless on it. And I think we can go for some kind of Incant synergy here. We can make 1 really good Incant floor if we get a Stygian Siren of the Sea. That's what I'm looking for. So let's start this way. All right. I would say for 80 gold, going to Frostbite 16 is pretty awesome. And then Ice Tornado being cheaper, also pretty awesome. And then getting one of these, it's pretty tempting, I gotta admit, that's pretty tempting. But getting one of these Frozen Lances out of our deck a little bit faster. Even though it is a one cost spell, which becomes 0 cost on the Stygian Guard floor, I think we just hate spikes on these non-tanky units. We can get better 1-cost spells. So we have 7 damage coming out. I think we like you and you. And I genuinely think we wait for the Glacial Seal. I summoned them in the wrong order. Which is just a complete embarrassment. We can keep them alive for the time being, but that's pretty dumb. Yeah, that's just bad. But we'll take our gold anyway. The Siren of the Sea is supposed to be at the back. I like that. That didn't move it as much as I thought it would. There's kind of no point to summoning this draft yet. I'll accept the fact that it's kind of a dead unit for the time being. Man, I regret this one, let me tell you. I'm gonna take the incant on that. As busted as it seems, you can usually make some mistakes on the first 2 fights without being completely compromised. So, we like this. We're only gonna get 1 spell out of it, but we like it. Because this is a sweep unit, it still hurts us quite badly, but it is what it is. You guys are not gonna do any damage to the Pyre, which is nice. But I think our boss will live to do perhaps a lot of damage to the Pyre. And you do 6 damage with sweep, so like... We can put... Oh, no, we can't... Okay, so we definitely want another Train Steward a floor up. The dregs don't even live to attack, so it's not even really worth casting them. Because you'll come out dazed, I think it's pretty simple. You just do that. We probably didn't deserve to get the kill on that one, but what's done is done. We accept it, and we'll build off that in the future. I like a lot of these. How are we gonna get to the discard? Let's not worry about it yet. We're happy to have it. I think the Titan's Tooth has a good synergy for us. And we need molded. Like, we need to be able to bring back these drafts if we don't get endless. Obviously, getting endless would be pretty sick. I think we're gonna take this path again. I wanted to see a unit upgrade here. We can... I know this has never worked for us in the past, but... You know what they say about the definition of insanity. It's like, if it don't work, keep trying. So we are going to take Dante's Candle, which is going to put us in a very dangerous spot to begin with. But if we get Dante, you know, that's basically like having a Demon Fiend or something. It's pretty amazing for us. And then a double stack Titan's Tooth is quite nice. And then making it so maybe we can even cast it for 1 if we have it on the same floor as our champion is good stuff. I would say... Maybe for now, we abandon the bottom floor to start with. Don't try to fight these enemies right out of the gate, because our units require some setup. And instead, try something like you're in front, you're at the back. And then who comes up here? Admittedly, it's pretty sweet to put our champ up there. So that the incants are cheaper, but I think we do a lot better by getting the Guardian Seal up there. So I would... probably say that actually we just do that. And Entombed Explosive, I kind of prefer the idea of like using it as a bomb in the future. So it has to happen. And I would say this time we can actually get away with having the Lady of the Reform down here because she won't be killed. And we could summon the draft, which admittedly is really good, but I also kind of look at this Titan's Tooth as a gimme, and this is a more valuable floor for us. she's still living, which is just staggering to me. So let's get another incant going here. I always say mission failed to some extent, but I'm gonna have you take a hit here because we didn't draw a Guardian Seal, and now you're doing a little bit better as a result. And let's not have you take a hit just yet. Let's have you get some more burnout for our burnout units. There's some spice involved here, and this does not help. This is actually pretty terrible. I think you accept the pyre damage. You're dying. Come on. Come on. I think we go like this. We accept that our bottom floor is kind of getting yeeted. Prepare yourself for the worst top floor for quite some time. You still died, huh? Man, that's... This one's a little cursed from the get-go. So that's something. Our champion lives. Dude, I'm gonna tell you, we're basically... I think we're in hold right-click territory. I think this one is toasted. I don't think we're stopping you. And then on top of all that, I guess we're gonna let you get by. That helps. That helps. Will this help? I honestly have no idea. Maybe we live. Maybe we live, but I'm pretty skeptical. Yeah, this one's going nowhere. So honestly, just hit me with the abandon. Oh, hit me with the restart. A randomized run with the same clans? No, no, no. Hold on. Abandon run. Yes. Don't even give me a score for that one. I gotta tell you straight up, in my world, and there's a lot of work to be done here to improve my skill. In my world, the Stygian Guard is the worst, and champion-wise, I don't mind them as an allied clan, but as our default clan, I find them really hard to build towards. But I'm sure it's just sure. I'm sure it's just personal style. Let's try to get this spell weakness working. Maybe that's our problem right there. And we should have upgraded our units faster, and we probably could have played it a little differently, but I'm not turning the trial on here. I look at this and I think about our deck last time. I think about the default deck that we've got here, and I'm like, absolutely not. We do have 10 energy on turn 1. It's pretty good. That's pretty good stuff. So basically... I love sweep. Okay, that's a gimme. You gotta go. But basically, our imps exist to take damage. That's their whole raison d'etre. For now. Maybe at some point that'll change, but for now, that's their whole reason for being on planet Earth here. Might as well hit you a little bit. Alright. We do have Crypt Builder. We have Sweep, so we don't really need to move you to the back. But I still think Crypt Builder is your play. The Mollusk Mage, admittedly, it doesn't scale that well with using one 3 damage spell, but it's still pretty solid. And then that's... I mean, I suppose we could have waited. Yeah, we should have waited for another Crypt Builder, but now that I think about it, another Crypt Builder will just kill you if we draw it anyway, and we did, so... Alright, that went kind of according to plan. You are dealing with, like, some mathematical issues on this run. You want Offering Token, for sure. I've come to respect Offering Token. I think Ascend will help us out a lot as well. There's mathematical realities in Monster Train. You know, you don't always have access to the ability to stop them from doing at least a little pyre damage. I would say a unit that we can pop at the top and have it get very strong is super nice. In terms of Endless, it does work really well on the Imps. Also works pretty well on Mollusk Mage, but at the back, it's hard for this unit to get hit anyway. So let's give an Imp Endless. And let's make our steelworker even tankier, because that's going to be their role. I think that's a solid start. Enemy units enter with armor 10. And you grant spikes. I think this time we can do it, and units are valuable. The units got some real usefulness. We do want spells that can wipe you. I don't know how we're going to get that to go. But I'll tell you, the Steelworker goes to the top so he can get tanked up to all get out. Now, you'll just get bodied by sweep. So I think we have to put you up at the top so you have the ability to hit units. It's not really the ideal way to make it work with your Mollusk Mage synergy, but your Mollusk Mage is going to get bodied anyway. You might as well put the Mollusk Mage at the top. Because of the spikes, it's the same thing. You'll get blown out by spikes, so... Probably try to kill the spike unit first. Well, at least we're getting that. Just working it through. Just chunking it through. Just studying it. You know how dogs is and all that. I like the idea of maybe ascending you, which does give you spikes, but now you guys won't have spikes. I forgot this thing would do a ton of damage, too, on this floor. Yeah. Okay. It's a bit spicy, but we're working it through, okay? We're all working it through together. This floor, we accept, is just a disaster. I think... I don't really care if you live. I do care if you live. Would we be better off just getting some rage? I don't really think so. I think we're better off making sure you both die. I will tell you, it's a great floor. To have Mollusk Mage. We're not quite getting any kills, but we've slowed you down. I'm a little worried about this situation, don't get me wrong. I think we like this. This is not what we were looking for, but that's okay. I don't know, this top floor is going to be a bit of a cluster. We're almost killing you, but almost isn't really that great. We're getting so close, though. I think you're gonna hit our pyre one time. I can live with that, but we really need some. We need some heavy hitting units. We need some units that are a little bit spicier. This does so well with Mollusk Mage. But and with spell, okay, we can put one of those in here. We need to make them cheaper at some point, though. It's an issue. I actually think one of Event can work really well with Mollusk Mage. But, dude, we need damage. We need some damage. Rail Beater is not what we're looking for here. Offering Monument, I think, is really good, but it's not what we're looking for. I guess you go Cold Celia, and you look to tank it up with a little bit of extra damage and a little bit of Frostbite potential. Or maybe you just try to pick up one other unit here, and I think that's probably where we're going to start. Yeah. Friendly units getting 5 armor is helpful. Horned Warrior being there for 30 damage. I don't think this is an incredible unit. But I'm happy to see it. And honestly, we're gonna purge one of these Frozen Lances. If it comes back later, so be it. But this one, it definitely feels better than the last one, but it's still a little touchy. But our unit's coming out with 5 armor. It's really nice on our Endless unit. It's nice on our Endless unit. We're not going to be too upset about that. So I think we loved this, no matter what. You on the top is what makes the most sense. And then there's really no reason to build on the bottom floor right now. even on the middle floor, is a little dangerous, but we're going to try it just to see. Because we want a Horned Warrior back here. So we need to make some space for Horned Warrior to fit on that top floor. That's not great. So we're going to ice you. The only question is where we put Cole Celia. I think, if you'll work with me, I think this is the play. Now, we're going to lose, like, a lot of units in the process, I think. But I think this will give us enough to get where we need to go. I'm not even sweating this up here. If you want to hit him for 10, I don't think that's gonna change the game too much for us. So this is really nice. That's really good damage. Definitely we want you to come out here and take a hit. And if everything lives, that's amazing. And you're taking 12 damage. Spell weakness would take you down, but you're gonna die on the next floor anyway, so I think we do better by just protecting our rail beater. Or armor steelworker, that's it. And this frostbite is nuking units real quickly, but this is a terrible situation. However, we can wipe this situation completely with a vent that costs 1. So we can spend 2 energy. You're still dying, but you're a train steward. That's what you do. For now, at least. A Mollusk Mage is big. No damage spells, huh? It's a bummer. It's a bummer. I think we let you go. With you guys, I'm not sweating. This is the interesting floor for me. There's all sorts of cute plays, but are they any good? I feel like they are. Feel like this is good. And then, sure, you're taking damage, but that's what you're there for. And then, feel like this is good for the future. And then I feel like this is really nice to at least put up a little blocker for him. And I feel like we got a pretty solid setup here. Not amazing, but pretty solid. You guys are doing great. You're gonna have plenty of time. Start here. Not what we're looking for, but that's okay. So a train steward goes in front. An imp goes in front of that. That's okay damage. Then up here, you're gonna die anyway, so I'm not sweating you. Let's see if we can. Nope. I was gonna say let's see if we can work you down a little faster. Okay. That's all right. You got some frostbite. You got 10 frostbite. Not insignificant. Now we could summon something in front of you, or we could hit you for 120 something. You do 9 damage. This would only block 1 hit, and it wouldn't add that much damage. But then this doesn't really move it that much. I think you do play that. So we are relying a lot on our top floor, but we don't have to hit too many times to make this happen. I mean, case in point. And the spell weakness with the Ice Tornado is nuts. Alright, incredible work. You know how I feel about Dark Deal. I think it's pretty good. I think the Alpha Fiend, when buffed, can manage this bottom floor for us. I feel like we don't really have a capacity problem right now. Maybe you disagree with me, but I feel like we're kind of okay on that one. We don't have unit upgrades. I think we're gonna go spell power here. Offering token being frozen seems pretty good. And I think we are now oh, we have so many cards to remove. Oh my god. The train stewards have gotta go. I didn't realize this deck was a little thicker than I'm accustomed to. I think the torches are not great, but the lances are worse. I maybe like to take them both out at a simultaneous level. And you know what? I do like this. Sweep and then also make damage spells a little cheaper. I think while we suffer from an inability to get realistic upgrades. And we're not going to turn that on. We're just barely skating by, I think. I think that having a mix of both worlds will help us out quite a lot here. So we could get free torches. I think that's a good enough reason to put you down here. Then the Horned Warrior. I don't see a good reason not to put you at the top. Let's put it that way. And you're already paying some dividends there. So really, the Train Steward... Okay, I mean, you're coming up here. That's just the way we play it. I think we can set this up like so. And feel pretty okay about this. Nobody's dying. We don't have space for the imp, but that's the sacrifice we chose to make. So the Alpha Fiend now will manage this middle floor for us. He's doing okay. You're gonna... I don't think you'll die on the next floor, but you'll be spiced up. So let's make this happen. As long... I just want to see always that our champion's living. If that happens, everything's okay. So you're no longer making it to the pyre. You're... Well, we'll just play it like this then. You're dying anyway, but let's separate... You only hit once, huh? We don't... I think we maybe don't separate a unit then. There's no real reason to do this. I think we like them spending a little bit more time. I guess if you're not dying, we'll hit you harder. I do... The problem with moving the tank is that we're moving... now that I think about it, it might have been the right play, but just have mercy, okay? Have mercy on me here. You got spell weakness, so this will do a number on you. No, that's the play. And that top floor right now is a real doozy. So, do you use offering token? What a great question. I don't know yet. You could use it to fish for one of your offering spells. Just in general, I guess we'd rather have it, so we have the ability to get something else out there. But this is not fantastic. And the Alpha Fiend is going to do very little. But you do have, how many? You got one turn of spell weakness? One turn? That still hits you pretty good. You're close. Oh, baby. I didn't think that would give you enough, honestly. We got there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We're hanging in tough. Draw 3 spells. Gifts for your gourd. Enhance them with consume, plus 20 magic power, and 0 cost. I still don't see it. I do think silence is good enough. I don't think any of these are good. I mean, one day maybe that Inferno will get there for me. No, trust me, you can hold it. Although getting 25 gold every time you play this, okay, sure, I'll take it. You got my interest. At first I thought it was just pyre health, which is still pretty good, admittedly, but all right, we need upgrades. We also need removal, but we need upgrades for sure. So multi-strike tends to work best on the Alpha Fiend. I could also see the value of it on Horned Warrior here, but let's go with the... Let's make our Alpha Fiend a little bit smarter, a little bit shrewder. And let's make him a little bit stronger as well, in both directions. Let's give our sweep unit some extra strength. The reroll seems like it could be worth it, but I'm going to, because we could buy one other thing afterwards, but I think I'd rather save the gold instead of re-rolling it. We're not turning this on. I'm just going to stop you right there. Like, I don't know if we're going to turn on any trials. I wish there was a way. I really do. I think in theory, you should all be dead. So we like this a lot. And I'm still gonna put you up here. We need to find a way to keep our champion alive. That's like, historically, that's our problem here. We knew that was... Oh, you're only doing 6 damage. I'm not sweating 6 damage. So I think the way that we would do it is something like this, and then at least we got one of those out there. I was going to say, we want to put imps in front whenever possible. Dunka. Dunka. You know it's getting real when the Dunkas come out. Everybody's gangster till the Dunkas come out. Or when you summon a morsel and you say, Pog! Don't necessarily need to silence these enemies. So you're doing okay. I would like it if you died. But if you're only going to live to hit the pyre once, I don't really care. You get a harvest trigger. You get a harvest trigger. I think I would rather silence you all so you don't get harvest triggers. Kill you, and then see how that shakes out. Now you're not doing that much of anything. I think we'll just put a train steward down there to eat a shot, and we're not ascending anybody for the time being. A brief respite. You're pretty much toasted, obviously. Now our Alpha Fiend does best with Dark Deal. I guess we'd prefer to have that imp in front as soon as possible. You really should have killed the dude who was gonna die anyway, but we really should have killed him regardless because of the fact that it would have given this guy a little bit more HP. So I think we like this. We didn't get what we were looking for. We dump one Frozen Lance. Are we ready to yeet the Mollusk Mage? Just to have one good floor? I think the answer is definitely yes. It's gonna be tight, though. It's gonna be tight. We needed more targeted damage for this unit at the back. So this helps. Then you gotta choose, are you playing Crypt Builder or Fledgling Imp? Fledgling Imp literally protects us 0. So for sure you play Crypt Builder, but do you... You definitely don't also play Fledgling Imp because it doesn't do anything for you. Now I think you're more likely to live longer because it's not like this unit has sweep. So that was bad. But there's not much we could have done about it. You're really only going to take 122 damage. You have no spell weakness on you. It's pretty bad. Well, the streak continues. Not a superlative performance today, but you know what? I blame that on myself. I take my responsibilities for that, and also I hate the Stygian Guard. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I apologize for my ineptitude, and I appreciate your tips. I'll see you in the comments. See ya.